In the Ngorongoro crater, one of Africa's most awe-inspiring natural wonders, wildlife writes its story with every new dawn. Within this vast natural amphitheater encircled by ancient volcanic walls and nourished by rich grasslands, every animal is a true fighter, compelled to struggle day after day for the chance to survive. Here, survival follows no simple rules. Strength alone does not always decide the outcome, and the hunted are not always the weakest. Strategy, endurance, instinct, and sometimes sheer chance can reshape destiny in a matter of seconds. Predators and prey exist in a delicate balance where a single mistake can mean the end, and every success becomes another opportunity to live. Ngorongoro is a stage where nature reveals its most powerful face raw, unpredictable, yet remarkably balanced. Welcome to the heart of a world where every encounter matters, and every life tells a story of courage, resilience, and survival. More than 2 million years ago, a colossal volcanic eruption reshaped this land, creating one of the largest and most impressive calderas on Earth. From the devastation, nature slowly reclaimed its space, turning Ngorongoro into a vast wildlife haven where countless species found shelter, nourishment, and a chance to thrive. Today, this ancient crater is the stage for relentless struggles for survival. Apex predators such as lions, leopards, and hyenas test their strength against formidable rivals like buffalo and zebras. Yet the story of Ngorongoro goes far beyond its largest inhabitants. The salty waters of Lake Magadi support immense flocks of flamingos that paint the sky in shades of pink, while vultures recycle life by consuming the remains of the fallen. Beneath it all, dung beetles work unseen, shaping the soil and helping the grasslands remain rich, fertile, and alive. Across the vast floor of the Ngorongoro crater stretches a domain ruled by a formidable power. Here, no predator rivals the authority of the lion. Yet behind this symbol of dominance lies a relentless world of violent clashes, calculated hunts, and extreme trials where survival is never guaranteed. A lion never rules alone. In Ngorongoro, lions live within pride's highly complex social system shaped by thousands of years of evolution. A typical pride consists of several adult females, usually 3 to 15, who serve as the primary hunters, alongside one or more dominant males. These males are powerful guardians, responsible for defending territory and lineage against constant threats. Lionesses form the true foundation of the pride. Beyond their role as hunters, they are devoted mothers. When cubs are born, the entire pride shares the responsibility of protecting and raising them. Even so, life on the savannah is unforgiving, and nearly half of all cubs never reach adulthood. From an early age, they must learn to hunt, to defend themselves, and above all, to endure. At the heart of the pride stands the dominant male, a creature of immense strength and unwavering resolve. Though he seldom joins the hunt, he will fight relentlessly to protect his bloodline. Exiled males roam the plains as restless challengers, constantly seeking to overthrow him. When a new male takes control, he eliminates cubs that are not his own. A harsh but instinctive act that ensures his genes will carry on. Lions are not the fastest hunters, nor are they the most enduring. They lack the blistering speed of cheetahs and the stamina of African wild dogs. What sets them apart is something far more powerful: flawless coordination. A lion hunt is never a simple chase. It is a carefully executed strategy, almost like a military maneuver. Once prey is selected, the pride moves with silence and precision. One lioness distracts and unsettles the target. Another closes in from the side, while the final strike comes from behind, swift, precise, and decisive. Even so, success is never assured. A single kick from an antelope can severely injure a lion, and an enraged buffalo can hurl an attacker through the air with devastating force. At times, one failed hunt can cost a lion its life. Male lions rarely take part in hunts, but when they do, their raw power is unmistakable. A single male can bring down an adult buffalo, though the risk is extreme. Each blow and bite becomes a desperate gamble between hunger and survival. The savanna is more than a landscape of predators and prey. It is a battlefield shaped by constant rivalries. Among the fiercest is the struggle between lions and buffalo. Buffalo are far from defenseless. When threatened, they may stand their ground, forming protective circles around their young. If they choose to fight back, the collision is violent and unforgiving. One misstep can send a lion crashing through the air under the force of a relentless charge. The lion's most dangerous rival is not the buffalo, but the hyena. Clever, bold, and remarkably intelligent, hyenas are always searching for an opening. A large enough clan can steal a kill from lions or even bring down a lone individual that lets its guard slip. The conflict between lions and hyenas has burned for centuries. Their clashes are not only about food, but also about territory and dominance. An adult male lion can kill a hyena with a single powerful bite, yet when outnumbered, even the king of the savanna is forced to retreat. On the African plains, no rain lasts forever. Every adult lion knows that his rule is temporary. As age slowly erodes his strength, wandering males begin to eye the pride, waiting for the moment to challenge his authority. When a new contender arrives, confrontation is unavoidable. If the reigning male falls, he is driven away and sometimes killed. Control of the pride shifts to the victor, and cubs that are not his own are eliminated, clearing the way for his lineage to take hold. This is the harsh law of the wild, only the strongest endure. Among the towering crater walls and endless grasslands of Ngorongoro, where powerful predators like lions and hyenas rule the land, every single day becomes a struggle for the right to survive. Another kind of hunter moves through Ngorongoro the leopard, a master of stealth and sudden, decisive strikes. It is the most elusive big cat in the region. Unlike lions, it does not display its power openly, and unlike hyenas, it does not rely on a clan. The leopard is a silent predator, a shadow drifting through woodlands and grasslands alike. Its golden coat, patterned with dark rosettes, provides near-perfect camouflage among tree shade, dense brush, and rocky outcrops. Leopards are remarkably adaptable animals. They can thrive in a wide range of habitats, from open savannas and thick forests to semi-arid landscapes. No matter where they live, they remain discreet and mysterious, revealing themselves only when the moment to strike has arrived. In this unforgiving land, every species follows its own path to survival. Lions depend on strength and cooperation, while cheetahs rely on explosive speed across open plains. The leopard, however, follows a different strategy, one built on patience, silence, and perfectly timed ambushes. A leopard never rushes. It watches from the shadows with absolute calm, every movement deliberate and soundless. For hours, it may track its target, studying each step and waiting for the precise instant to act. When the time comes, its body seems to merge with the darkness, using rocks and shrubs as cover, advancing slowly until escape is no longer possible. Then, in a sudden flash, it attacks swift, precise, and unstoppable. Within seconds, powerful jaws close around the throat of its prey, ending any chance of resistance. Yet the hunt does not end with the kill. On the open plains of Ngorongoro, leaving a carcass on the ground is an invitation to danger. Lions and hyenas patrol constantly, ready to steal a hard-won meal. Here, the leopard's unique strength becomes its greatest advantage. With remarkable power, it drags its prey into the branches of a tree beyond the reach of rivals. Even antelopes heavier than the leopard itself can be lifted with ease. This is survival for a solitary hunter. Still, even top predators are never completely safe. In this relentless world, constant vigilance is essential. Lions pose the greatest threat. An adult male can kill a leopard with a single blow. Hyenas, persistent and numerous, relentlessly attempt to steal its food. Even cheetahs, smaller and faster, compete fiercely for space and resources. But the leopard is rarely an easy target. When pursued, it does not stand and fight, it vanishes. In seconds, it can scale a tree or melt into the shadows, leaving danger behind. In the daily struggle of the wild, victory does not always belong to the one who confronts. Sometimes survival means remaining unseen. Unlike lions, the leopard does not seek attention. Unlike hyenas, it does not strive to control vast territories. It is a solitary ruler, a silent predator that reigns from the darkness. A dense patch of forest, a sturdy tree branch, and the cover of night are all it needs to command its hidden kingdom. When people think of hyenas, they often picture scavengers trailing lions and waiting for leftovers. But that image tells only part of the story. In reality, hyenas rank among the most efficient predators on the savanna. They do not rely on chance to survive. These animals are skilled hunters, and their success rate can rival, and at times even exceed, that of lions. Beneath their seemingly awkward appearance lies a highly complex society, sharp intelligence, and hunting strategies refined over thousands of years of evolution. Hyenas do not thrive alone. Their strength comes from the clan. This is not a chaotic group, but a strictly organized hierarchy led by a dominant female. In hyena society, females hold absolute authority. They are larger, stronger, and more aggressive than males, and they make the critical decisions that guide the clan. Under the leadership of the matriarch, the clan operates like a disciplined force, coordinated, strategic, and relentless. A hunt begins with subtle signals understood only by clan members. Unlike lions, which rely heavily on stealth, hyenas depend on numbers and intelligence. When one spots a potential target, it does not rush in. Instead, it sends short vocal cues, summoning the others. Within moments, the clan moves as one, spreading out to cut off escape routes and surround the prey. An aging buffalo, its curved horns worn and its movements slow, senses the danger and attempts to rejoin the herd. But the opportunity has passed. Fast-moving shapes close in from all sides. This is the moment the hyenas have been waiting for. If hunting is an art, then stealing is a skill hyenas have mastered. On the plains of Ngorongoro, where food is the most valuable currency, dominance does not always belong to the best hunter, but to the one who can hold on to its prize. Lions overpower their prey with brute strength. Leopards strike with precision, but hyenas possess something unmatched: endurance and overwhelming collective force. A lion, exhausted after a long chase, finally brings down its kill and claims its reward. For a brief moment, the savannah is quiet. Then piercing laughter echoes across the grasslands. Calculated steps draw closer. The hyenas have detected the scent of fresh meat. They do not charge blindly. Instead, they form a tightening ring around the lion. One advances with taunting growls, testing its resolve. Another moves along the flank, applying steady pressure. The lion roars and stands its ground, but as more hyenas arrive, the balance of power begins to shift. The hyenas do not need a direct confrontation. They simply wait until the lion realizes that no meal is worth the risk of death. In the end, the king of the savannah withdraws, leaving the prize to the most persistent thieves of the plains. Hyenas are far more than scavengers within the food chain. They are not weak, nor are they cowardly. They are disciplined fighters, intelligent hunters, and bold opportunists who seize every chance to survive. In a harsh world where vulnerability has no place, hyenas do more than endure. They assert their presence and rule the savannah in their own relentless way. Across the wide grasslands of the Ngorongoro crater, where dominance belongs only to the most capable, there is a predator that does not rely on sheer size or raw strength. Its true power lies in discipline, speed, and flawless teamwork. These are African wild dogs, exceptional hunters with success rates that can reach up to 80%, the highest among all large predators. In a land where every hunt is a fight to survive, they are never to be underestimated. Unlike the iconic rulers of the savannah, African wild dogs lack the massive build of lions or the brute force of hyenas. What sets them apart is their lean, agile physique, perfectly adapted for endurance. They can pursue prey over vast distances without tiring. Their mottled coats of brown, black, and white not only make each individual unique, but also provide natural camouflage in tall grass. Yet their greatest strength is not physical. It is the unity of the pack. African wild dogs live in tightly structured social groups. A dominant breeding pair, male and female, guides the pack's movements, hunting decisions, and overall survival. Every member has a role, from frontline hunters to caretakers that guard and feed the pups. Even injured individuals are not left behind. The pack supports them until they recover and rejoin the hunt. A wild dog hunt is never a solitary effort. Each animal performs a precise function, and every movement is carefully coordinated. Unlike cheetahs, which rely on brief bursts of speed, or lions, which depend on power, wild dogs employ a different strategy altogether: endurance hunting. When a wildebeest appears on the horizon, the chase begins. They do not depend on ambush or surprise. Instead, they trust their method. A few dogs initiate the pursuit, forcing the prey to flee. But this will not be a short sprint. The farther it runs, the more vulnerable it becomes. The pack takes turns leading the chase. When one dog slows, another seamlessly replaces it, ensuring constant pressure. The prey cannot rest, cannot hide, and exhaustion soon becomes unavoidable. As panic sets in, strength fades. Breathing grows heavy, and speed declines. That is the moment the pack closes in. One dog bites at the hind leg to bring the animal down. Another blocks its escape. Within seconds, the entire pack surrounds the prey, bringing the hunt to its swift conclusion, an unmistakable display of precision, cooperation, and survival at its most refined. Despite their remarkable efficiency, African wild dogs are far from invulnerable. The savanna offers no absolute safety. Lions, the undisputed apex predators, do not see them as true rivals. Yet they may still attack a pack simply to eliminate competition. Agile and intelligent as they are, wild dogs lack the raw power to confront lions directly. When faced with such danger, their only option is to flee. Hyenas are another constant threat. A pack of wild dogs can bring down prey with impressive speed. But if they fail to feed immediately, hyenas often arrive in overwhelming numbers and steal the kill. The dogs cannot defend their meal through force alone, nor can they afford to hesitate. They must eat quickly and move on before their presence draws unwanted attention. In this unforgiving world where strength often sets the rules, African wild dogs are neither the largest nor the most powerful predators, yet they endure. Through cooperation, sharp intelligence, and near-perfect hunting strategies, they have survived for thousands of years, earning their place as one of the most successful hunters on the African savanna. In Ngorongoro, a land ruled by predators and shaped by nature's harshest laws, there is a creature that refuses to live as easy prey. Within this unforgiving landscape stands one of the savanna's true warriors, the African buffalo. It does not flee at the first sign of danger. It does not surrender to fear. When threatened, it stands its ground, ready to fight. And in doing so, it can become a formidable challenge even for the most feared hunters. An adult buffalo is anything but ordinary, weighing between 600 and nearly 1,000 kilograms, with powerful muscles and legs capable of carrying it at speeds of up to 55 kilometers per hour. Its sheer presence commands respect. Its most dangerous weapons are its massive curved horns, hard as iron and designed for combat. These horns can pierce the hide of any attacker, while its thick skin offers protection even against the bites of lions. Buffaloes are not helpless victims, they are battle-hardened survivors of the wild. Buffaloes do not move across the savanna alone. They travel in vast herds that can number between 200 and 500 individuals, forming a living fortress. This is not a chaotic crowd, but a disciplined formation. Calves and females remain protected at the center, while the strongest and most experienced males take position along the outer edges, ready to confront danger. When a threat appears, they do not scatter in panic. Instead, they stand united, hold their ground, and face their enemy with unyielding resolve. On the plains of Ngorongoro, clashes between buffaloes and lions rank among the most dramatic encounters in the natural world. Lions, Africa's apex predators, constantly search for opportunities to isolate a buffalo, yet they know the danger is extreme. A single mistake can be fatal. A fully grown buffalo can hurl a 200-kilogram lion into the air with one charge, and a precise strike from its horns can end a predator's reign in seconds. Time and again, buffaloes have killed lions, crushing ribs, breaking spines, and shattering skulls in acts of fierce resistance. That is why lions rarely attempt to take down a buffalo on their own. Success depends on teamwork surrounding the target and trying to isolate the weakest individual, the old, the young, or the injured. Even then, a buffalo is never an easy target. When one is attacked, the entire herd may turn back and launch a counteroffensive, charging with unstoppable force. Their sharpened horns and raw power can scatter even the most seasoned lions, forcing them to retreat. Yet buffaloes are far more than fearless fighters. They play a vital role in maintaining Ngorongoro's ecological balance. As they move across the land, they graze tall grasses, creating open spaces that benefit smaller herbivores such as gazelles and impalas, and helping to preserve the natural structure of the ecosystem. Without them, dense vegetation would take over, reshaping the landscape and threatening many species. They also share a unique partnership with oxpeckers, birds that feed on parasites from their skin. With every step, buffaloes stir up insects from the ground, providing food for countless other birds. Buffaloes are not merely large grazers, they are giants that refuse to bow to predators. When a herd advances, it is not just in search of fresh pasture. It moves like a living army, unified and unafraid. Lions may succeed in hunting them, but they can never truly dominate them. In a world where survival is written in blood and strength determines fate, few animals dare to confront Africa's most powerful predators. The buffalo stands among them. It does not retreat. It holds its ground. It fights, and when necessary, it drives even the mightiest hunters into flight. This is the legacy of Ngorongoro's indomitable warriors. Across the wide grasslands of the Ngorongoro crater, where predators are in constant pursuit, there is an animal that survives without claws or raw power. Its greatest defenses are speed, strategy, and a mystery that has fascinated scientists for centuries: the zebra. One of the most iconic symbols of the African savanna, the zebra is known not only for its graceful stride, but also for its striking black and white coat, a vital adaptation that helps confuse some of nature's most efficient hunters. For decades, researchers have sought to uncover the true purpose of those bold stripes. Are they simply a unique pattern, or do they serve a critical function? One widely supported explanation is visual disruption. A single zebra may stand out in the open, but when a herd moves together, their overlapping patterns merge into a shifting optical illusion. Under the harsh sunlight, the stripes blur into one another, making it difficult for lions and hyenas to lock onto a single target. Recent studies suggest another remarkable advantage: temperature regulation. In the intense African heat, the white stripes reflect sunlight while the black stripes absorb warmth, creating subtle air currents along the body. This natural cooling effect helps zebras regulate their body temperature and conserve energy, even during the hottest hours of the day. Perhaps the most unexpected benefit of the striped coat is protection against insects. Blood-feeding flies and disease-carrying mosquitoes, serious threats to many savanna herbivores, rarely settle on zebras. Scientists believe the sharp contrast of the stripes disrupts the insect's vision, preventing them from landing accurately. This gives zebras an important defense against parasites and infection. Despite these extraordinary adaptations, zebras remain among the most targeted prey in Ngorongoro. Lions, hyenas, and cheetahs all rely on them as a key food source, and it is common to see entire herds racing across the plains in desperate escape. Yet zebras are far from defenseless. Their greatest advantage lies in their combination of speed and endurance. They can sprint at nearly 65 kilometers per hour, fast enough to outpace most predators except the cheetah. But more importantly, they can sustain their pace over long distances, often exhausting their pursuers. And when escape is no longer possible, zebras fight back. They wield a powerful and dangerous weapon, a crushing kick. A well-placed strike from an adult can break bones, inflict serious injuries, and even disable a lion, forcing the attacker to retreat. Other zebras nearby will often respond aggressively as well, making even experienced predators hesitate. Beyond their powerful legs, zebras also possess surprisingly strong jaws. Unlike many grazing animals, their teeth are not only for feeding. When threatened at close range, they can deliver painful bites capable of injuring a predator and ending the hunt altogether. In the unforgiving world of Ngorongoro, survival belongs not only to the strongest, but to those equipped with intelligence, resilience, and adaptations honed by time. And among them, the zebra stands as a master of endurance and defense on the African plains. Even so, escape is never guaranteed. When a coordinated hyena clan manages to surround them, or when a lion succeeds in isolating a single individual, a zebra's chances drop sharply. That is why they rarely move alone. Survival depends on the shifting patterns of their stripes and the safety found within the herd, where confusion and numbers offer their best protection. Beyond their role as prey, zebras are essential engineers of the Ngorongoro ecosystem. By grazing on tall, coarse grasses, they clear the way for smaller herbivores such as Thompson's gazelles and wildebeest, helping maintain balance across the plains. Their seasonal movements also shape the rhythms of other species, triggering food chains that would struggle to exist without them. Ultimately, zebras are far more than targets for predators. They are resilient survivors, relying on intelligence, agility, and finely tuned adaptations to endure in a world where life and death are tightly intertwined. Across the vast African plains, they continue to move forward with quiet determination, their stripes confounding hunters generation after generation, standing among the most enduring species on the continent. In this untamed realm, every struggle for survival reminds us that no species exists without meaning. Each creature carries a unique purpose, a role woven into the fragile balance that sustains the natural world. From the most powerful predators to the most vulnerable prey, all are vital links in a chain that has kept life moving forward for thousands of years. Across the vast and untamed plains of Africa, life pulses with unmatched intensity. Here, every breath is earned through struggle, a constant test against hunger, drought, and silent predators waiting for the right moment. Nothing is guaranteed in a land where nature rules without compromise. In this unforgiving world, balance is preserved by an ancient and unyielding law. Some must fall so that countless others can move forward. It is a natural cycle that may appear harsh, yet it sustains life in its most authentic form. Predators sharpen their instincts, prey refine their speed and awareness, and the smallest creatures survive through unexpected ingenuity. Each sunrise signals the beginning of new trials. In a single day, a frantic chase may unfold, a deadly confrontation may occur, or survival may be secured through sheer perseverance. And still, within this raw struggle, Africa reveals a rare beauty, one that exists only where life clings fiercely to every moment. Millions of years ago, Mount Lengai scattered a unique ash across the land, rich in calcium and phosphorus. That volcanic gift transformed the soil, giving rise to grasses of exceptional nutritional value among the most fertile on Earth. For this reason, wildebeests do not follow rainfall alone. They are also guided by an ancient geological memory. The mineral ash continues to nourish vast plains, spreading like a living mantle over ancient basalt rock. Within the endless cycle of life, the wildebeest migration is more than a journey for survival. It is a powerful expression of the planet's natural rhythm. An immense herd, estimated at nearly 1.5 million animals, remains in constant motion. Each year, they complete a circuit of roughly 200 miles across the Serengeti Mara ecosystem, an area spanning over 11,600 square miles. Half of this passage unfolds across Tanzania's Serengeti Plains, while the remainder stretches into Kenya's Masai Mara National Reserve. Nothing along this route is left to chance. Every shift follows an order shaped by survival instinct. The goals are clear: locate fresh grazing, secure reliable water, and reach safe grounds for calving the 3 pillars that sustain life in the African savanna. When rainfall transforms a region and new green growth emerges, the herd moves without hesitation. Old ranges are left behind not from neglect, but because life demands forward motion. The great river crossings, where hundreds of thousands confront the jaws of Nile crocodiles, create scenes that are both harrowing and awe-inspiring. Each migration season, an estimated 35,000 pounds of animal remains enter the rivers. Yet this loss becomes nourishment for the aquatic world. phosphorus levels rise by more than 450%. Carbon nearly doubles, and nitrogen increases by 78%. In this way, nutrients are rapidly recycled, enriching riverbeds and sustaining countless forms of life. Every hoofbeat does more than ensure the survival of the herd. It feeds the land itself. In their endless movement, wildebeest carry the deep heartbeat of East Africa, binding geology, grass, water, and life into a single enduring rhythm. The sun is only beginning to rise over the Nudu Plains. A thin veil of mist still clings to the ground as the cool morning air settles across the landscape. In the hush of dawn, a coalition of lionesses moves carefully toward their target. They have tracked the wildebeest herd since nightfall, and now the timing is perfect. One young animal starts to lag behind, and the hunters know the window of opportunity will be brief. Two lionesses glide silently along the flanks, positioning themselves to steer the herd toward a vulnerable zone. At the same time, another waits ahead, concealed in the grass, prepared to block the escape at the critical moment. The wildebeest sense the threat hooves strike the soil. Bodies leap in alarm, and order dissolves into chaos. The herd surges toward open ground. In an instant, the hidden lioness bursts from the grass. Power and precision combine as she accelerates to nearly 60 kilometers per hour. Her claws lock into the prey's side, and a decisive grip to the throat cuts off both airflow and circulation. Within moments, the chase is over. The remaining wildebeest scatter across the plain, leaving the fallen animal behind. Among lions, males with darker, fuller manes typically carry higher testosterone levels, signaling strength, dominance, and defensive capability. Mane color and density are closely closely linked to reproductive fitness and social rank. The cubs, meanwhile, are not limited to a single mother. They may nurse from any lactating female within the pride, even if she is not their biological parent. This shared care greatly improves cub survival and strengthens the social bonds that hold the pride together. Spotted hyenas are equally attuned to the brief season when wildebeest calves are born almost simultaneously. Hyenas are equally attuned to the brief season when wildebeest calves are born almost simultaneously. Their image as mere scavengers tells only part of the story. They are highly effective predators, capable of bringing down adult wildebeest, zebras, and even young hippos. In fact, an estimated 60 to 95% of their diet comes from animals they hunt themselves. One hyena singles out a newborn wildebeest and weaves through the moving mass of the herd, closing in on the calf. A powerful bite lands on the hip, but the mother reacts instantly. Head lowered and horns aimed forward. She charges the attacker while steering her calf back toward the protective ring of the herd. The Ngorongoro crater is more than an ideal landscape for ambush. It also serves as a natural stronghold for hyena societies. Within an area of less than 15 square miles, densities can reach nearly 470 individuals, among the highest concentrations ever recorded. Far beyond the crater, across the open plains of the Serengeti, another relentless hunt unfolds. Spotted hyenas operate with striking coordination, moving with the discipline of a trained unit. Small teams of 3 to 5 break away from the clan, spreading out into carefully spaced positions. Their success relies less on bursts of speed and more on extraordinary endurance. A chase may last from 1 to 3 miles. This is not a sudden strike, but a sustained test of stamina. Hyenas do not need to outrun their prey, only to outlast it. When exhaustion takes hold, the first decisive bites seal the outcome. With jaws capable of exerting over 1,000 pounds of pressure, even a spine can be crushed. Unlike many predators, hyenas leave almost nothing behind. Bones, hooves, cartilage, and even teeth are broken down and consumed. Ecologically, they rank among nature's most efficient recyclers. By eliminating remains entirely, they reduce disease risks, return nutrients to the soil, and help maintain the balance of the savanna ecosystem. The plain zebra carries a coat marked by a pattern found nowhere else in nature. No two individuals share the same arrangement of stripes. This uniqueness not only helps researchers identify them, but also allows zebras to recognize one another within herds numbering in the thousands. Amid the apparent chaos of the savanna, these stripes act like a personal signature. Why zebras evolved such markings has intrigued scientists for decades. When they cluster together, the stripes visually overlap, creating a shifting illusion that makes it difficult for predators like lions to single out a target. Recent studies also suggest that the polarized light reflected by the stripes disrupts the navigation of horseflies and biting flies, lowering the chance of insect attacks. Beneath the bold black and white contrasts is an animal built for endurance. A plain zebra can reach speeds of nearly 64 kilometers per hour. During the Great Migration, their role is far more than that of followers. They move ahead of the herds, feeding on coarse, dry grasses and clearing the way for fresh, nutrient-rich shoots that later sustain millions of wildebeest. Their journey is shared, and their survival is tightly linked. This strategy allows zebras to cross landscapes low in nutrients while quietly shaping the ecosystem itself. Satellite tracking has recorded more than 250,000 zebras taking part in this annual movement. Their hippocampus, the brain region responsible for spatial memory, is especially well developed, enabling them to navigate vast distances with remarkable accuracy. At the center of the Ndutu Plains lies Lake Ndutu, a highly alkaline body of water where pH levels can rise to 10.5. While these conditions are inhospitable to most aquatic species, the lake's high sodium carbonate content creates an ideal setting for microalgae such as spirulina to thrive. These algae form the primary food source for vast flocks of flamingos that arrive with the seasonal rains. During years of heavy rainfall, Lake Ndutu can become a gathering point for hundreds of thousands of lesser flamingos, the smallest of all flamingo species. They are also the most numerous, with an estimated population of over 2.2 million across East Africa. Despite their fragile appearance, these birds are highly resilient, flourishing in extreme environments marked by alkaline waters, heated mud, and intense climatic conditions. Their diet is made up almost entirely of cyanobacteria and diatoms, organisms rich in carotenoids, the pigments responsible for their distinctive pink-orange coloration. Their curved bills contain more than 10,000 fine filtering plates, enabling them to strain water up to 20 times per second. This remarkably efficient feeding system stands as one of nature's most sophisticated biological filtration mechanisms. The puff adder is one of Africa's most well-known venomous snakes and a master of ambush. Its name comes from a distinctive defensive display when threatened. It inflates its body and releases a loud, explosive hiss. Long, hinged fangs drive deep into the flesh of its target, delivering venom that can cause severe tissue damage, blistering, and without medical treatment, even the loss of a limb. According to the World Health Organization, this species is responsible for more human fatalities than any other snake in Africa. Yet even with its potent venom and near-perfect camouflage, the puff adder yields to an unexpected opponent, the secretary bird. Named for its gray plumage and the long feathers at the back of its head that resemble old-fashioned quill pens, this bird breaks the mold of typical raptors. Rather than hunting from the sky, the secretary bird is a specialized ground predator. It is especially famous for its ability to hunt and kill snakes, including highly dangerous species such as cobras and puff adders. Each powerful strike of its long, scaled legs delivers a force several times its own body weight in a fraction of a second. These blows are not only fast, but precisely aimed, most often targeting the head or neck, allowing the bird to neutralize its prey with remarkable efficiency. With every heavy stride that presses deep impressions into the soil, the commanding outline of the African savanna elephant comes into view. Its sheer size and overwhelming strength make it an animal few dare to challenge, so formidable that even Nile crocodiles tend to keep their distance. This species is the largest land mammal on Earth, with adult males standing over 4 meters tall and weighing well beyond 15,000 pounds. Its massive ears, shaped much like the African continent itself, fan constantly through the air. Beneath the thick skin lies an intricate network of blood vessels that helps release excess heat, acting as a natural cooling system. The trunk, astonishingly flexible and powerful, contains more than 40,000 muscles and serves countless purposes, from drawing up water to communicating and handling food. As the herd approaches the Grumeti River, their goal is not only to drink, but also to assess the hidden dangers within its murky waters. Adults pause for long moments, scanning the surroundings with careful attention. The calves, fragile and easily startled, are guided into the center as larger individuals form a protective ring around them. Every decision is shaped by the experience and memory of the matriarch, the oldest female in the group. A fully grown elephant must consume roughly 150 kilograms of vegetation and more than 50 gallons of water each day. When grasslands dry out, their curved tusks are used to dig shallow wells, reaching underground water that sustains both the herd and other animals. Those same ivory tusks, symbols of power and grace, also mark a profound tragedy. They are the reason thousands of elephants are killed illegally each year. Yet despite this threat, elephants remain essential to the balance of the Serengeti. They are true architects of the landscape. What they leave behind is far more than waste. Elephant dung is rich in nutrients and scattered with seeds. Carried across vast distances in this way, each passing herd helps new trees take root and supports the long-term renewal of the savanna. After crossing the Grumeti River, the vast wildebeest herd presses on in search of fresh grazing grounds. But ahead lies a predator unlike any other one that has mastered cooperation to an extraordinary degree: the African wild dog. At first glance, they appear almost like living mosaics, their coats marked with irregular patches of black, white, tan, and gold. No two individuals look alike. These distinctive patterns help them blend into the surrounding vegetation. But camouflage alone is not what defines their success. Their long, lean legs are built for endurance. With only 4 toes on each foot and no dew claws, their limbs reduce drag and conserve energy during extended chases. Large rounded ears swivel constantly, acting as highly sensitive receivers that pick up distant sounds across the open plains. When a hunt begins, a small group breaks away to identify a target. They start with a steady trot, forcing the chosen animal to burn energy over time. As the pursuit unfolds, different pack members rotate in and out, maintaining relentless pressure without exhausting any single hunter. The turning point comes when the prey hesitates for just a fraction of a second. In that instant, the entire pack surges forward, reaching speeds of over 60 kilometers per hour. The formation tightens with remarkable precision, each dog moving in sync, guided by instinct and experience shaped over countless generations. According to research from the Wildlife Conservation Society, African wild dogs succeed in roughly 70 to 90% of their hunts, the highest success rate among large carnivores. Their dominance is not built on sheer strength, but on flawless teamwork and unity. The marabou stork, often called the Undertaker bird, earns this name not only from its somber appearance, but from its crucial role as one of nature's most efficient recyclers. Its bare head and neck are a vital adaptation, preventing bacteria and decaying fluids from clinging to feathers when it feeds on carcasses. If these areas were feathered, harmful organic matter could easily accumulate and lead to serious infections. This species ranks among the largest flying birds on land. A marabou stork can stand nearly 1.5 meters tall, with a wingspan that stretches well beyond 3 meters. Despite its imposing size, it remains relatively lightweight thanks to the hollow structure of the bones in its legs and feet. Once airborne, it can soar to altitudes exceeding 4,500 meters, gliding effortlessly for long periods as it scans the landscape for remains. Marabou storks often work alongside vultures as part of the savanna's cleanup crew. While vultures tear through tough hide with their hooked beaks, the marabou uses its long, heavy, wedge-shaped bill to reach deep into body cavities, accessing tissue left behind. Together, they ensure that little is wasted and that the cycle of renewal continues. A small antelope keeps pace with the immense wildebeest herds as they cross the open plains. To watchful predators, especially cheetahs, it appears to be an inviting target. This is the Thompson's gazelle. In a landscape where survival hinges on speed and awareness, it embodies a balance of elegance and vulnerability that endures within the harsh reality of the savanna. Its true defense is remarkable athleticism, capable of reaching speeds close to 56 miles per hour. The gazelle pairs sheer velocity with sudden, precise changes in direction that force even the fastest hunters to anticipate every move with care. When danger draws near, it launches into stiff vertical leaps, lifting all four legs from the ground at once. This behavior, known as stotting, serves both as a warning to predators and a display of strength to others nearby. The Thompson's gazelle does not set the course of the migration. Instead, it stays along the edges or toward the rear of the moving herds, not out of fear, but strategy. From these positions, it remains less conspicuous, conserves energy, and still takes advantage of the routes cleared by larger animals ahead. Small in stature yet essential, the Thompson's gazelle plays a crucial role in the savanna's fragile ecological balance. Each stride is a reminder that even among giants, the survival of the smallest helps maintain the rhythm and stability of the landscape. The leopard moves through the savanna alone, quiet, cautious, and unseen. It survives not through numbers or dominance, but through concealment and perfect timing. This is a predator built on contrasts, a compact frame carrying remarkable strength, paired with an ability to disappear almost completely. Unlike lions, leopards avoid direct conflict. Their survival depends on remaining unnoticed. The rosette patterns of their coat break up their outline, blending seamlessly with dappled light in the trees or the shadows cast by rocks, making them masters of natural disguise. In In near silence, the leopard studies its surroundings, measuring distance and opportunity with patience and precision. One of its most striking abilities is the power to haul prey far heavier than itself into the branches of a tree. This feat reflects not only strength, but refined skill. Its climbing ability, both upward and downward, is enhanced by an unusual anatomical adaptation, exceptionally flexible ankles. Unlike most cats, a leopard can rotate its rear ankles almost 180 degrees. This allows it to grip tree trunks with its hind claws while descending head first, maintaining remarkable balance and control. With this advantage, trees become both secure escape routes and nearly inaccessible storage sites. Leopards do not share their kills. They drag their prey into the canopy, where they can feed in safety, beyond the reach of scavengers such as hyenas and lions. More than a hunter, the leopard is a tactician, an embodiment of intelligence and adaptability in the African wilderness. Solitary life demands constant awareness. There is no pride to rely on. Every hunt, every meal is earned alone. Females raise their cubs without assistance, hiding them in dense cover or secluded shelters to keep them safe. Even so, survival is never guaranteed. Cubs and adults alike face threats from larger predators. Yet among Africa's big cats, the leopard is the most versatile. It occupies open grasslands, thick forests, and rugged mountain slopes alike. This adaptability explains its wide range, while also forcing it to coexist with more dominant predators, sharpening its skill at avoidance over confrontation. Stealth, quiet strength, and calculated intelligence define the leopard, a hunter both formidable and elusive, unseen until the moment the hunt is complete. Chimpanzees emerge from the dense, rain-soaked greenery, moving deliberately through the forest understory. Their search focuses mainly on ripe fruit and seeds, though at times they coordinate to hunt small primates. The tools they use may appear simple, but their behavior goes far beyond instinct. It is shaped by learned tradition. Each chimpanzee community develops its own set of techniques, passed down across generations. Some groups become adept at cracking nuts with stones, while others specialize in using sticks to extract termites from their mounds. Every troop functions as a living archive of shared knowledge. Sticks probe hidden spaces, stones break open tough shells, and natural cavities along tree trunks or stream banks provide access to food otherwise out of reach. Research published in 2024 shows that chimpanzees do not rely on single tools alone. They plan ahead, carrying and using multiple tools in deliberate sequences to solve complex feeding challenges. Their diet is dominated by ripe fruit, which accounts for more than 60% of their foraging activity. Leaves, seeds, and insects such as ants and termites make up the remainder. During the rainy season, forest productivity surges. Fruit becomes plentiful. Movement increases and chimpanzees form temporary groupings, adjusting their social structure to take full advantage of the seasonal abundance. High above the forest floor, another hunter keeps watch from the bare limb of a tree. This is the martial eagle, an imposing raptor with a wingspan that can approach 2.6 meters, making it the largest bird of prey in Africa. From this vantage point, its exceptional eyesight scans the canopy for young monkeys or large birds moving through the foliage. Once a target is selected, the descent is swift and exact. At this time of year, warm air rising from the land creates powerful updrafts that the martial eagle uses as natural aerial highways. Riding these currents, it can glide for hours across its hunting range with minimal wing beats, conserving energy as it surveys the landscape below. Within the forest ecosystem, this eagle plays a crucial role by regulating populations of smaller birds and insect eaters. It functions as the apex predator of the skies, maintaining balance in much the same way large carnivores do on the ground. Yet, despite its dominance in the air, the species faces growing vulnerability. Since 2020, the International Union for Conservation of Nature has listed the martial eagle as endangered, a reminder that even the most powerful hunters are not immune to the pressures shaping the modern world. As the sun sinks behind the burning African horizon, the battlefield of survival slowly settles. After relentless chases, sudden ambushes, and moments where life and death are separated by a single heartbeat, the land returns to an uneasy stillness. Here, every breath is earned, and survival is never a gift, it is a victory claimed through endurance. In this unforgiving world, some lives are lost so that countless others may continue. It is a harsh yet essential rule, one that has preserved the balance of the wild for thousands of years. The resilient press forward, the vulnerable fade away, and the endless cycle prepares to begin again with the first light of dawn. Between beauty and brutality, this untamed land continues to tell its story, a story shaped by instinct, resilience, and an unbreakable will to endure. Africa remains alive, not because life is easy here, but because it refuses to surrender.